This is none other than, come here, buddy. This is Spot. It's about a year old now. That's just not what this video is about, but this is Spot, my ball python. Need you, my baby. Yeah, he's crawling all around me and everything. But the purpose of my video tonight is to actually talk about a particular serial killer that most of us all know. And it goes with my segment that I always do. What's in the box? That's right. What's in the box? What's in the box? Well, as you can see, this box has already been ripped open. So I cheated this time. Nothing's in the box. But what I did retrieve is this. What is that? Yeah, baby, you see it. A Father Story by Lionel Dahmer. Does that name sound familiar to you? I should. Lionel Dahmer is none other than the father of Jeffrey Dahmer. So, Jeffrey Dahmer being the Milwaukee cannibal. Jeffrey Dahmer, as you may or may not know, was born May 21st, 1960. Perished, unfortunately, on November the 28th, 1994. He was known as the Milwaukee Cannibal or a Milwaukee Monster. He was an American serial killer sex offender who killed and dismembered 17 males between 1978 to 1991. And a lot of his murders involved necrophilia, cannibalism, uh, permanent preservation of body parts. Yuck. And a lot of them he would turn, if not all the parts, to skeleton. So, um, not a very nice guy at all. So, so, if we know anything about the Jeffrey Dahmer, he was from up there around Ohio. Actually, he lived in Ohio, Bath, Ohio, to be precise. I think the house is still up, but I don't recommend you going there and snooping around. They don't like looky loos. So, that being said, um, and that's where he actually committed his very first murder of a gentleman that he really actually didn't want him to leave, and he murdered him. And tend to freak out a little bit about it. I would too. And then the rest is history because, well, he buries that body and then unburies it, reburies it, crushes it all up and everything, and reburies it out into the woods there around the house. Then he goes on to join the army, and he gets discharged from that. And there's actually stories now come out that he's done some horrible, horrible, horrible things there. And then after that, um, he goes to live with his grandmother up in Milwaukee and becomes what he becomes. And ends up, well, unfortunately, uh, killing 16 more people. He killed 17 altogether, possibly more. You know how that goes. So, um, yep, yep, yep. Um, but what we're going to talk about is not so much about Jeffrey, real briefly. I won't keep you, but we're going to talk about Lionel Dahmer. Lionel Dahmer was the father of Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if many of you all know his story, but Lionel wrote a book called A Father's Story by Lionel Dahmer. So, um, and he's kind of with the victims in him. He's the ones I feel really kind of bad, the most of you know because he had such a hard time with this. Him and Jeffrey got close again, even when Jeffrey was in prison. So, um, and well, unfortunately, Jeff ends up passing away. Lionel writes this book about his son and talks about some of the things. I've never read this book, so I can't go in detail what was said about this. Now, you guys are probably saying, well, what's the big deal? You got a book that hundreds of us can get these books different places. Yes. But if you know anything about me, I'm a true crime collector and I love autographs and I love artifacts. So, um, and dum dum dum, blank page, not blank page. That's right, folks. That is the autograph from Lionel Dahmer. That's right. And this comes from a friend. He writes this to a friend named Anna Mae, uh, whose ready smile and laugh lighten the day. Thanks for sharing in my story. So she might actually be in the story. That's kind of neat. It's obvious to me that you respect the awesome responsibility and parenthood and entrusted to us by our Creator. Affectionately, Lionel Dahmer. Now, to everyday person, they say, so what? But to a true crime collector and a historian, even, this is pretty big. This is a good item, good score to have. I got this from a good friend who uh, actually helped out with the Dahmer movie, our TV series, Dahmer, which I think was on, I could be wrong, Netflix, maybe, I believe. I saw that one. So, um, and that was a pretty good movie. I mean, there were some things that was not true about it, but that happens all the time when it comes to movies. Um, but again, he's another one of those that I feel Lionel. I feel kind of bad for. There's a picture of him right there. Yeah, because he had such a hard time with Jeff's death, and yeah. Um, But again, if you know anything about me, I like to reveal items. I like to do a little bit of history, just briefly, because I know a lot of people don't like all the mumbo jumbo talking. They want to get right down to the nitty gritty. And then I love to open up the box, usually do what's in the envelope, what's in the box. And this time, well, it was this. And I like to reveal what is in it, a little bit of background and history about the person. And I do have an original Jeffrey Dahmer autograph too. So, which is really cool. So, this is two Dahmer items I've got, and I'm pretty excited about having those. So, um, but I just wanted to post a real quick video on my reveal of what I got in with my True Crime Mobile Museum. This will go out on tour with me, so people can see it, which I think is really, 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 really cool. Actually, this is my second or third book I've got autographed by either, um, a prosecutor or a family member, or something. So that has to do with relating to the crime. So, anyhow, I do hope you enjoyed this brief episode of What's in the Box. There's my puppy, one of them. There's my other puppy, another one. And I don't know. I guess did you guys see my snake? I think I showed you my snake. Well, for sure. Let me turn around here. Yeah, he did. Yeah, there he is. Look at those eyes. Gosh, how can you not say no to those beautiful, beautiful eyes? Look at that. They are so cute. He's got cute little puppy dog eyes. I don't think he likes that very well. Anyhow, thank you so much for you know, watching the video. If you do, like, subscribe, please. And like I always say, thank you guys very much. There'll be more on the way. If you are interested in what is in my true crime museum, it's a true crime mobile museum. You can book me by calling me at 270-313-5596. I go to library, schools, events, you name it, and I'll be there. Um, I have a book out that you should order off of Amazon. It's called Murder Ridge. So order that book there, Murder Ridge, Blood on, yeah. So not Murder Ridge, I'm sorry, Blood on the Ridge. Yeah, had a brain fart moment there. So anyhow, it's a long day. Anyhow, thank you all very much. Blood on a Ridge. And God bless each and every one of you. And I will see you hopefully in a town near you. Thank you.